I'll be honest, I don't know how many nights I spent on my bed wondering why my life is not as cool as this. And this is why I devised a way to make my life look like that. And it's kinda wild. But to understand why I ended up here, we must first jump back to the past and see the lore behind all of this. What does it mean to wait for life to begin? Well, it's not the same for everybody, of course, which is why I'll go ahead and explain to you what it means to me. So when I was 13, I watched this movie called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. The protagonist of this movie, Walter, is a daydreamer who only wishes for an adventurous life. And he daydreams so hard that he freezes like your internet connection when you're playing in rank mode. But one day, something forces him to change. Walter needs to find a missing photo or risk losing his job. So I'm not going to spoil the movie, don't worry, but let's just say that he ends up living the kind of adventures that most of us only dream about. If I had to define his adventure level, I'd say he's slightly above Bear Grylls and still way below Dora the Explorer. So when the movie finished and I left the cinema, I knew I wanted to be like Walter. I wanted that adventurous life, to dive into the unknown like he did. And yes, I dived off a bridge. I was bungee jumping. Little did I know that that was the only time I did something remotely similar to Walter's. See, there's a catch in this man's story. His adventure wouldn't have begun in the first place if he wasn't asked by his boss to retrieve the photo. In storytelling, this event is named the Call to Adventure. It's just like when Neo gets asked to choose between the red pill and the blue pill and then he joins the Hustlers University. But even if you don't know anything about the Call to Adventure, it makes me wonder, are you waiting for it? Because I waited for years for something, anything really, to kickstart my adventure. I wanted someone to kidnap me and bring me somewhere that wasn't home. I was a weird kid, don't do that now, thank you. As the years went by, I got stuck here. And I got frustrated, angry at myself. That, until 1 month ago, I stumbled across the movie and I watched it again with my girlfriend. There's this one line that hit me hard and I still remember it from when I first saw the movie. It's the most Captain Obvious thing ever, but basically it goes like this. Life is about courage and going into the unknown. Listening to that line after nearly 11 years, I think I got it. Despite all of my attempts to make an unconventional career out of YouTube, which is the one thing, by the way, that I thought would bring me adventures like Walter's, I realized I'm still sleeping on the Skyrim wagon waiting to wake up. This is why, in a surgical kind of way, as if I were Dr. Doofenshmirtz, how do you say that, by the way? I came up with a method, a solution if you will, for us to live the life we dream of. So wake up, friend. Here's my invention, the one simple bold move that could potentially change everything for us. The solution is to do uncomfortable things. Chris, you're saying this like it's anything new. Yes, that's correct, sir. Look, I know it's obvious, but I think that we as human beings existing in a three-dimensional space tend to avoid uncomfortable shit like we avoid people named Karen. And I'm sorry for them because it's not their fault. The solution is to do one uncomfortable thing every single day. And it's not even the jump off a bridge kind of thing, it's something that's slightly out of your comfort zone. Talk to someone new or reach an old friend, do a new activity, ask for that feed picture if you really want it. By doing this, you should get to the point where you'll start doing harder and harder things over time. But please don't try to enjoy Genshin Impact because that's too hard. I myself acknowledge that there's not enough alcohol in the world to have that liquid courage to do these things every day. So what you should do when you find yourself wanting to quit is to become an addict. And it's a joke until it's not. You can turn this one uncomfortable thing every day into a habit by keeping track of how many consecutive days you can get through so that you have a reason to do these things. It's like Duolingo when you started learning High Valyrian because House of the Dragon was trending, but now you're tired of it and you need to keep the streak. But here's the thing. I am talking to you, but I don't feel like doing any of this. The truth is that I am extremely lazy. Also, why would I do that? It's easier to let go of your dreams instead of pursuing them. After all, it's what a lot of people do and then come up with excuses to justify why they weren't pursuing their dreams. Maybe if he didn't have to get the photo, Walter would have stayed in his office and he would have used his job as an excuse to not travel around the world. But you know what? Maybe it's fine to see it this way. Because news scoop, life was never meant to be an adventure movie. Maybe you don't want to hear that, but there's a point where you need to be happy with your boring routine because you'll be unhappy by striving for the life-changing adventure. So what? Should you pursue or give up? Red pill? Blue pill? PS5 or Xbox Series X? Well, the best answer is in the middle. PC. You need to find the right balance between adventure and routine. Realistically speaking, you could do 1 week of uncomfortable things and then take 1 week off. Or just do whatever you like, I don't care. It's your life. Whatever you do, please share it down here. I'd like to know about the consequences of my actions, but no, I'm not interested about you searching for gold in your belly button all day long. But anyway, I have done my uncomfortable thing today. This video. I never talked to the camera like this, and it's so weird. Tomorrow I'm gonna punch someone in the face.